What's happening, y'all? It's your boy. It's the Turnip boy. He's back at it again. This time we're on the Tundra versus BA Ranger Random All. So, yeah. As always, welcome. I haven't done a 1v1 yet. Here's a... What do we do? Oh, yep, it was a Arbiter Mirror. So it's a Covenant Mirror, so it's a pretty interesting matchup. It's not really... You don't really get Covenant Mirrors too much, especially in 1v1s. It's usually either UNSC Covenant, or you'll get a UNSC mirror of some sort, or a UNSC versus UNSC. Covenant is not really... I would rank them a little bit lower than UNSC in a 1v1 scale. Like Anders Arbiter, for example, I would pick Anders to come out on top. But it just depends on how you play. This map especially can go a few different ways. There's not any bonus reactors or anything like that on this map, which is the reason I like it a lot. There's not a whole lot, except for the mega turret that's smack dab in the middle. It's a very, very strong gun right there. And so my opponent, he's chasing me down with his ghost here. I'm going to try to lure him into my Arbiter here. You can see he's still chasing me. So I rage glitch. And this is why you want to rage glitch. You can immediately get fast catches like that. Catch that scout. And I'm going to just kind of see if I can find him. Because if I can kill that scout, it's going to give me a big eco boost right off the bat. And, yep, here's the lag. But I get him. Boom. And he's got to be salty about that one. You never like to lose your scout. Especially in a 1v1. This basically gives me a free reign over all the crates. So, yeah, he's not too thrilled about that one there. But I'm thrilled. As you can see, I'm teaming with thrill, as it's called. But yeah. Hope you guys are liking the channel. Been making a lot of content recently. Been having a lot of fun with it. I know this game isn't very popular right now, but I really love it. I love the Definitive Edition, and I want to keep making videos. Making videos Halo Wars related, and or just anything really. Might do some other stuff like other games maybe that I like some other RTS games. I'm a real big RTS fan. So yeah. Stay tuned and give me some feedback down below if you guys have anything you want to see. So I'm back onto the game. Okay, he's pushing up on my base right now. He's walking towards me. You always want to go for Citadel, get that extra base health. It's very, very... If you're getting rushed as the Covenant, just get Citadel right away. That's the first thing you should do. Get Citadel and maybe pop a turret up. Turrets are really weird in this game, as if... You'll see in a few minutes here what I mean by that, but I'm basically going to see what he has. He's not on Citadel yet. He's getting his buildings up there. Yeah, so I shouldn't have really done this here. I don't know why. I made a little mistake here. I should be targeting down his warehouses right now. I'm just shooting at the main base right now, which is kind of pointless. I realized that a little later. But I felt confident enough that I didn't really have to micro too bad when I was doing that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm building some suicide grunts. I'm going to try to explode them on him. They do a lot of damage, but you can see that worked out really well. As most things that go for me. But yeah, I'm just kind of chomping away here. I'm going to try to get a haul up in Covenant mirrors, especially when you're facing another Covenant. You always want to try to go for beam rifle jackals. Beam rifle jackals if you can. And then late game, you're always going to be going into vampires. Vampires or banshees. Really, because there's nothing that can counter them. I mean, if you think about it, vampires basically beat everything. You know, it's kind of broken in a way. They beat all the ground units. They're too fast for the grunts, so I mean that doesn't really, you can't really shoot down vampires like that. And yeah, they shred air, so you basically are covering all your bases there. And oh, I shouldn't have done that. Boom, I'm going to get wrecked. Just like that. If suicide grunts are going to attack you and you're the arbiter, a good little trick is to kind of how I did there, circle around them when they're glowing like that, because they will glitch out and they won't be able to hit you. And yep, he's blocking mine from getting through, but I get one through. So I'm gonna go take down that pad, or try to. And here I kind of distracted him a little bit, and I got a turret up, and that'll give me a little more time to get that haul out, because that's what I'm gonna try to build some jackals. And at the same time, I'm gonna try to get that last pad down there. And yeah, this is basically how the game goes. Early game, you can expect to be pushing. I would be clearing a base right now if he wasn't pushing, but I want to do some damage to him while he's doing it to me. Sort of keep us even, because if I was off and doing who's know what, he would have a way bigger eco lead than me. And at the moment, I'm just denying him these 2 buildings, and boom, he kills me. He kills my arbiter. So immediately, requeue my arbiter back up. That's what you want to do. You always want to have your arbiter out. And now I just got to sit pretty and wait until our arbiter comes back. So there's not too much I can do right now, except lock my base down and keep building. So yeah. Brute. I'd say the Brute is probably my favorite leader to play 1v1 mirrors with. I really like, obviously the Brute squads that come in the buildings. They're very, very good against base damage. Yeah, Brute Rush is really hard to stop if you know what you're doing. Same with an Arbiter Rush. This guy was pretty good, but I don't know if he really knew quite how to take full advantage of his rush. He let me get too many turrets up, but you live and you learn, right? It's still a very good game right now. Very close. I won't spoil it, but it's pretty good. And yeah, so he's dropping some suies in. He's gonna try to take down some of my pads. I don't agree with this here. He sends his suicide grunts into my unupgraded warehouse, which doesn't make sense. He spent like 200. What's 16 times 2? 32. 320 resources to destroy my warehouse that costs 100. It's not effective. You always want to drop them into the blessed pads or the upgraded pads to get your money's worth out of them. Just thinking about it, economics. And my arbiter's back, and I'm just gonna get him off my base at this point. I've got two turrets up. There's not much he can do. He's just gonna take down that last pad, about what it looks like. And good thing I didn't upgrade that there. And we got some grunts coming through. I'm giving him a wide berth so I don't get hit by him. And he recalls. So at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm going for the macro play. I want to just get ahead of him right now so I get a shield up, because I don't want him to drop any more pads. And I think about it, and I think I'm going to go for Defense Gauntlet right now. Defense Gauntlet, try to get my my jackals upgraded.
Local units.
And yep. Now I'm gonna go clear this base out over here too. Really try to get a good lead on him. Get a nice expo going. That way I can take an early lead and really try to win out this game in the long run. Because right now none of us can really win off each other. We don't have any units. There's nothing we can really do. And yeah, it's just going to be a few minutes before we really are able to start fighting each other again, because we both kind of hurt each other. And I think at this point I decide, yep, I'm not going to do the jackals anymore. I'm just going to go straight into vampires. And my reasoning, basically, because he can just rage my jackals down, I figured vampires would be a much better option, because they're harder for him to hit, and I can position them over impassable terrain. That way, he has to risk his arbiter when he engages me. So I just queued up Tech 2. I'm checking the score right now to see if he is getting another base. And I think I hear some explosions as well. So I'm thinking he's doing it right quick. And I'm on Tech 2 now, and I'm going to save up a little bit to buy this base here. Yeah, for those of you who didn't know, the Arbiter's true name is Shirley. Yes, it's in the little tooltips, you know, that flash under the main menu of Halo Wars. It says his true name is Shirley. So fun fact of the day if you didn't know that. Getting this expo up. And next thing I'm going to do, I like to immediately queue up stasis. So I'm going to get stasis for my vampires, as well as put a shield on this base here. So stasis drain, get those Tech 1 guys. I'm not really investing a whole lot in my Arbiter, which can be a mistake sometimes. It just depends on the unit composition. For this game in particular, I'm gonna say don't upgrade the Arbiter for this game. I mean this matchup really, like, unless he's building just a bunch of things like, I honestly don't know, like jackals, and even then you can just kill jackals with vampires. So I honestly don't see a point in continuing to spend money into my Arbiter unnecessarily, you know, like buying upgrades for him when I could be getting mainline units out. So I'm going to start pumping those vampires out, and I was scouting there to see if he took that base, so I'm like, oh snap, I think he's got that base up already. So that's why I'm kind of flustered here. I want to get over there. I want to stop that base. So if I can stop that base, then I can win this game really easily, because I'll be on a base advantage. And yeah, so I'm checking, and luckily he does not. He does a move which we will see later on, which wasn't the smartest in my opinion, but hey, try stuff. You know, you win some, you lose some. Am I right? I really like the vampires too. I think they're a super cool unit, very unique, and I wish they would have been brought back in some Halo lore. I'm a big Halo fan in general. I love playing all the games, you know, 1 through 5. I've played them, and I really wish they would have implemented them in one of the games, because there's a lot of unique units that are only in Halo Wars, like vampires, cobras, gremlins, grizzly tanks, and they don't have those in the mainline Halo games, which is kind of disappointing if you ask me. It's a really good sandbox. So I can see the Arbiter. You look at the minimap, he's coming over to check my expo, and luckily I get there right in time. He is not happy. He's pooping his pants right now if I were him. And be like, oh shoot, he's on stasis vamps and I've got an Arbiter. And then he goes to my base, and you can see in the mini map he's got a shield, so not much he can do. I am aiming main down on this, and he recalls, and I'm going to position my guys up here. This is what you want to do if you're fighting an Arbiter. Position your guys in an area where he has to rage you, and he's putting a shield up right now, as you can see. So this is very dangerous for him. So I'm just pumping units. I have a really big advantage over him now. I know he doesn't have any units out whatsoever. And he's going to try to rage me. He's going to be really risky with it. And, yeah. I never like to do this. And you'll see he dies. Just like that. And he resigns. And, yeah, that's the game. And you can see he went for Tech 3. He went for Tech 3. So he was trying to tech up.